So here we are at our fourth and final type of transformation. It's called dilations. So this is unique in that it does not create a congruent shape, that our shape is going to look a little different. So let's see what it does. What is a dilation? Well, you see in your picture here, you have an example. But a dilation is the enlargement or reduction of a figure. You've probably heard people say, oh, your pupils are dilated. What that means is they're larger or smaller than normal. We use something called the scale factor. Our scale factor indicates how much the figure will be enlarged by or reduced by. We use the variable k. Okay, that's just what we use to represent. It means scale factor, meaning that if k is greater than 1, the dilation is an enlargement. If it's less than 1, the dilation is a reduction. If our scale factor is 1, our shape hasn't changed, okay? But dilations result in similar figures, and that's important to understand. Our shape is not going to be the same size. So I would write in dilation results in a different size. It's the same shape, but different size. That's what makes it similar, okay? So let's go take a look. If you notice here, okay, we have a scale factor right here of 2. It said k equals 2, okay? So first we need to plot our image. So what I want you to do is first plot the pre-image. You need to have both. So my pre-image is going to be the red one. So I'm going to go left 3 and up 4. Okay, I'm doing it with you. This is A. Then I'm going to go right 2, up 1. This is my B. And then I go left 1, down 5. And I have my C. I'm going to connect it. Okay, so there's my pre-image. Here is how mathematically I go and I do my image. So now I'm going to plot my image, and that's going to be plotted in blue. Remember, my scale factor is 2. It's larger than 1, meaning it's going to be an enlargement. So my shape should be bigger. I'm taking my shape and I'm making it bigger by 2. So I would take my A point, okay, and I'm going to enlarge it by 2, meaning I'm going to take each ordered pair and I'm going to times it by 2, and then times this by 2. There, ladies and gentlemen, is my A prime. -6, 8. I enlarged it by 2. We enlarge, we use dilations. This is how we take our scale factor, if it's an enlargement or reduction, and we multiply by k. Whatever k is, we multiply. So then I can go left 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and go up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here, ladies and gentlemen, would be my A prime. I have to then go do that with B and with C, okay? So how do I do this? Well, I'm going to multiply. So let's go multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. So my B prime becomes 4, 2. So we'll go right 4, up 2. There's my B prime, okay? And then I do the same thing with C. -1 times 2 is -2. -5 times 2 is -10. There, ladies and gentlemen, is my new C prime. So I go left 2 and down 10. Right here. And what should happen, since my scale factor, meaning k, was bigger than 1, my new image should be larger, which it is, because this is an enlargement. Okay? So now that that one's done, let me make sure we can go to our next one. Okay. I don't know why it's not moving. Let me get you to our next problem. Let's go here. Okay. Now pause this and try this one on your own. Notice your scale factor. K equals 4. So your brain should be telling you that this is in fact an enlargement. Okay. So I'm going to take a look at your number 2 because I want to see what you're comprehending. But right now, let's take a look here. I now have a scale factor of 1/2. Well, what does this mean? This means I'm going to have a reduction, okay? My shape should be smaller than my original shape. So if I go plot this, so we have 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is E. Then I have 16. -6, so I went 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here is my F. Then I have 18. Okay. Here's my G. 9, 10, 10, 16. Okay. And I should have a square. Now, it might look a little different because it's kind of tilted, but I'm going to do a reduction. So this is the one you're going to see plotted in black. What I do, I'm multiplying by 1/2. You can get your calculators and you can take your ordered pair and just multiply 8 times 1/2, which gives me 4. And then -8 times 1/2, this is a multiplication, gives me -4. That is my new ordered pair. Okay, sorry, negative. So I'm going to go right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my E prime. And I continue that with each one. 16 times 1/2, I know, is 8. -6 times 1/2 is -3. So I go right 8, down 3. 1, 2, 3. And I keep going. 18 times 1/2 is 9. -14 times 1/2 is -7. So I go 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's G prime. And then I do the same thing here. 1/2, which is 5, times 1/2, which is -8. So I go over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what should happen is I had a reduction because my scale factor was a fraction, so my picture should be smaller, and it is. Okay? Now, they're not necessarily going to be sitting inside each other or a mirror image of each other because I'm enlarging or reducing them. So I want you to pause now and try this one on your own. I want to see the pre-image, the image, and the new ordered pairs for credit. Okay, so this one's kind of the same. All I want you to do, they've graphed it already for us. Okay, and we're just going to now graph the image based off a scale factor of 3. Meaning I'm going to take this ordered pair. They didn't give me the ordered pair. You can either pull it off, okay, or you can kind of increase everything by 3. I know that this ordered pair here right now is -1, -1. Okay, so if I multiply that by 3, because my scale factor here says times x in y by 3, I end up with -3, -3. So I scratch that. Okay, so let's look at this one. They've given me a scale factor of 3, which means I'm going to multiply by 3. But I don't have ordered pairs. They've just plotted it for me. So what I would do is I would go right. Here's a 1, -1. My C value is 1, 2, 3, 0. Then my D value would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right now my X is 5, and I went down 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my Y value. E is sitting at 3, -5. So now from those ordered pairs, okay, I can go plot and multiply each one by 3. So this becomes 3, -3. Be careful here. C prime, becomes 9, 0. It stays that way. D becomes 15, -12. And E becomes 9, -15. So let's go do our points now. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, down 1, 2, 3. So my B prime is actually sitting here. Then I'm going to count over 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I stay put because my Y value is 0. And 0 times anything is 0. Now, my D prime, I got to go 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm on the edge, and I'm going to go down 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm right here. And this is my D prime. I'm going to go 9 again, but this time, and remember this is 9, 0, so I don't really have to count. I can just go down 15. And this right here was 12, 13, 14, 15. I kind of go off my other points to save me time. Is my new image larger than my pre-image, and is it still basically the same shape? The answer is yes, so you've done it correct. So we might have to identify the scale factor. So you have to first know what is your image, what is your pre-image. So here, ladies and gentlemen, is my pre-image. Okay, then let's switch colors. This is my image. So it's kind of really easy actually to determine. We know it's an enlargement, right? We know that from the purple, it went to that teal color and it got bigger. So we know that my K has to be bigger than 1. But here's what I would do. Pick an ordered pair that's easy to see. For me, I'm going to go with M. This is sitting at -1, 0. So my M is -1, 0. However, my M prime is over here, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, 0. So from here to here, I multiplied. Well, 0 times anything is 0, so that's not going to help me. So what do I need to look at? I need to look at this. How do I get -1 to -4 through multiplication? I hope all of you are saying times by 4. So guess what your K value is? 4. And you can test it. You can take point P, which is sitting at 2, 1. And I look at P prime, that is actually sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's sitting at 8, 4. So this times 4 gives me this. I was correct in my scale factor. So a lot's been thrown at you. I honestly think dilations is easier, but you have to understand that a dilation changes the size of your shape. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.